Hello everyone, my name is Ziming Yan and this video is for ICR class. The building I'm going to talk about is the Harbin Opera House, which was designed by MAD. Before talking about this building, I think it's very important to introduce MAD, an architecture studio in China. MAD was founded by Chinese architect Yan in 2004. It's committed to exploring the future road of architecture, bringing Oriental philosophy into architectural practice, creating an atmosphere and artistic conception of dialogue between man and nature. Most of their projects use the form of building to imitate the surroundings to create a harmony between those two. Back to the Opera House. The Harbin Opera House is located on the Sun Island on the north bank of Songhua River in Harbin City. There are 9 floors in the building, including a 1,600-seat grand theater, a 400-seat small theater, and a ground garage and other facilities. Harbin Opera House is a landmark building in Harbin, built nearby the water. Its architectural form is inspired by the ebb and flow of the Songhua River and the streamlined process of flooding and freezing. The shape is designed as an extension of the river. The exterior of the opera house adopts a special shape, hyperboloid, designed to present the smoothness and the flexibility of the surface to respond to the water feature around it. In summer, it's fluttered on the riverside like a silver ribbon, and in the winter, its silver-white appearance can totally blend it into the snow. At the beginning of the process, Yan Songma's idea was to design a building that disappeared from the horizon. In a sense, the Harbin Opera House is focusing on the details which shape the uniqueness of the building, where the whole is more heightened in a special perspective which is precisely the nature state of the existence. Along with the visual reversal and visual exaggerations of ground surface, as the design no longer the facade, boundaries, side, and the relationship of the traditional architecture, but completely blur the boundary of those elements. From the inside of the opera house, the sequence of space is more dramatic. The design team also made the soft ash wood into the curved wall surrounding the interior and exterior of the Coliseum. The natural wood texture, which for fatality also form a sharp contrast between the cold and futuristic metal shell. At the same time, those simple materials and clever space achieve the world-class acoustics. The interior of the opera house is mainly composed of 2 parts. One is a public hall, and the other is the auditorium. The space of the public hall with no obvious interface is composed of by stucco and ash which spread in the view. The white wall minimizes the extent of facade, and large area of ash make people fall into the illusion of shrinking, which create an unconventional spatial and psychological feeling, just like a tree hole. After entering the auditorium, the planar space is completely dissolved and instead presents the effect of heterogeneous space with intention of primitive cave. After entering the auditorium, the planar space is completely dissolved and instead presents the effect of a heterogeneous space with intention of primitive cave. The original cave has undergone artificial secondary abstraction, break away from the spatial pattern of modernism. In order to increase this mystery, the designer even opened a hole above the auditorium, allow people to see the starry skies through the curtain wall. A skylight spans the top of the lobby with pyramid-like crystalline curtain wall units, like ice crystal condensed from the top of the snowdrift. Sunlight pours in from here and fills the entire lobby. In addition to the natural light, the small square also set up here, which also located at the highest point of sightseeing ring corridor. There are also service facilities such as cafe and restaurant here, making it a most mysterious and interesting space for the opera house. The opera house is not only a building served the audience, but also endowed with more public spaces. On the roof of the opera house, there are walks through the sightseeing corridors. You can enjoy a 360-degree view of surrounding sceneries all day long. Through the organic combination with sightseeing platform of different heights, the architect makes the building and environment respond each other, extending a rich visual space. However, the criticism of this building is also concentrated in the interior space, although The interior decoration of the opera house is well done, but from plan view, the internal layout does not well respond to the external form. As can be seen from the plan, each room and function are still arranged hexagonally. It's a pity that the streamlined shape of the building cannot be sensed by people who are in the building.